Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. I got my guys CJ Hurt filling in for John Roser again this week. And CJ, are you ready to talk about the weekend that was?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right, let's start in the NFL. What a week 11. So many surprises. I need you to give me your biggest surprise. Was it Andy Dalton? Was it Cam Newton being successful but getting a loss? Washington football team being able to beat them? The Titans. Or it could have been the Chiefs, the Cowboys not showing up. What you got?
I think that the issue in the Chiefs-Cowboys game is the same issue in the Texans-Titans game, where one team was just missing too much production. And that makes it really, really hard. When you're down, Amari Cooper already to start, and then CeeDee Lamb goes out at the end of the second quarter, right at the end of halftime, goes out after that interception gets thrown. You're just missing too much. You can't mount a comeback if you're the Cowboys. And Zeke Elliott, while he's out there, he's not 100%. Same thing with the Titans. As shocking as it is that they lost to the Texans, right? And that is shocking. Mm-hmm. It is still one of those situations where no Julio Jones, no A.J. Brown, no Derrick Henry, no, I forget who their third best receiver is. He's not there. So that type of performance pit makes sense in a way. I can justify that. And it's pouring down rain. You've got a bunch of third-team receivers out there running routes for a quarterback who's trying to get them the football in the downpour. I can get that loss. I guess for me, it's easy to talk about the good teams. I guess the most shocking thing to me from the weekend is the Lions are still losing. They're still, and that was a winnable games the Detroit Lions had against the Cleveland Browns. And they still found a way to lose that one. 0-9-1 right now in the season, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. Detroit could be 0-16-1 for the second time in franchise history in the span of a little bit more than a decade. And that is real concerning to me.
Okay. All right. So you made the Titans loss not seem that bad, I guess. I'll give you that. But it was bad, CJ. It was bad. That's the biggest surprise for me because I know I'm biased, but like this was the game when you look at your schedule, this was the most winnable game. And yes, you have injuries, but you really did think that you could at least even like third string guys, what you could have done, you could have beaten the Texans, the team that sits at the bottom of the AFC, and you're sitting at the top of the AFC. We're on this great winning streak. All we've been talking about is the Titans the best team in the AFC. Are they a Super Bowl contender? Are we shocked without Derrick Henry? They've been able to do it. And this was the game that felt as if what we thought it could have been like 2 weeks ago when Derrick Henry went down. And nothing went in the Titans' favor. Just as soon as you thought maybe it's a comeback, don't call it a comeback because here comes another interception. But it's fine in the second half. I mean, I was tired of seeing interceptions. I was tired. At that point,
he had some of those throws, man. He has to do something with the ball.
But not the interception. You couldn't.
He's got to force it in there. He has to force it in.
No, because you gave them too many opportunities to get the ball in the red zone. That was my thing. It's like at that point, just take a down because you're giving them an opportunity to get back in the red zone. And that was the frustrating part of seeing that happen over and over again. I mean, look, there were a lot of surprises. You mentioned a lot of them. The way that the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, like, okay, I'm not saying it's their year, their season, but it was good to see them get a good win against the New Orleans Saints. The Green Bay Packers, some people.
That was almost mine. That was almost mine. The Vikings, what they were able to do, because Kirk Cousins doesn't win those types of games. When Aaron Rodgers goes down there, gets the touchdown with just over 2 minutes left, you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to find a way. Minnesota is to lose this game in overtime. But no, Kirk Cousins gets them down the field in field goal range for the game winner. So many times this season, the Vikings have been on the opposite side of that game. But that was a good one.
But yeah, my biggest surprise was the Titans. At the end of the day, it was the most heartbreaking one for me. Now you got the Patriots coming up, and this is like an AFC battle. It's a showdown when you have Mac Jones and the Patriots surprising people. Bill Belichick has been able to do it, and it's like, okay, maybe it wasn't just Tom Brady. Maybe they needed some time. Cam Newton had a good game. I was encouraged to see Cam Newton come in there. They still lost against the Washington football team, but there were so many great storylines in that game. That was a big surprise too. I'm encouraged to see him kind of like have a great start when he ran that 20+ yard touchdown, and you were like, oh my gosh, he did the whole Superman thing. I mean, it was a crazy week 11 roller coaster of emotions when it comes to the NFL. Speaking of emotions, let's talk about some emotions in the NBA, because on Sunday night, there was a little brawl between LeBron James and Isaiah Stewart. You see what happened there. There's boxing out, on that free throw. LeBron does a little elbow, does a little swiperoo. Would you say that was a dirty play? Would you say LeBron intentionally did that to Isaiah Stewart? Isaiah Stewart had a lot of blood, and Isaiah Stewart was able to truck over so many guys multiple times trying to get to LeBron. They were both ejected, but we're all looking at that one particular play.
Brawl is a strong word for what it was.
He trucked over 6 guys. We got to give him some type of credit. Like, he had a brawl with himself.
A brawl means that multiple people are fighting, and on that court it was one dude and one dude only trying to fight. And falling and fighting are two different things, Megan. So kerfuffle, dust up, sure, why not? Brawl. Now, we've seen brawls in sports before. We saw brawls in Detroit not too long ago. Well, it was a long time ago, damn near 2 decades ago. Was that play dirty? Yes, it was. Is LeBron James a dirty player? No. But was that play dirty? LeBron's got my man's arm, got Stewart's arm hooked on the box out, and then releases it by flailing his arm back like that, trying to make contact. You're not flailing your arm back, not trying to hit somebody. You've got his arm hooked, and Isaiah Stewart, to his credit, is a big dude, is a strong dude, and he's still moving you out of the way, even with the arm hook. LeBron, I think in a moment of frustration, lashed out, made contact. Did he mean to bust him open? Probably not. Did he mean to hit him? Absolutely, he meant to hit him.
I think so.
And he hit him, and, absolutely. Because LeBron's got the arm hook, looks back, lashes out, and then realizes, I cut this dude. My bad. I wasn't trying to cut you. I was trying to hit you. He may not have been trying to hit him in the face. Mm-hmm. He was trying to hit him in a shoulder or a chest area type situation. It was a dirty play.
I'm going to be optimistic and hopeful. I think it was a dirty play. Now, was it intentional? I don't think LeBron intentionally meant to make him bleed like that.
No,
I don't think he intentionally made him want to be that big of a hit. It was a dirty play. I don't think LeBron's a dirty player. I know that's a huge conversation for another day, and there's a lot of people who are very vocal about that. But it was messed up. It was messed up. I mean, Isaiah Stewart, if that was me and you started tasting your blood, seeing your blood, I mean, his emotions was being escalated. Like, I feel like minute by minute, second by second. But for LeBron, Anthony Davis did say, my bad. I'm sure there's going to be some type of fine or suspensions happening after everything went down. But it was dirty. I just don't think it was intentional, but it was messed up.
You can't slap me and then say my bad after you slap me, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it should have been your bad beforehand. You shouldn't have did it if it was really your bad.
All right, let's talk about our third topic. We got 2 minutes, CJ, and we got to talk about the Grizzlies. It is a Grizzlies game day. But the game we are still kind of trying to forget is what happened on Saturday night against the Timberwolves. Coach Jenkins said that it was the less competitive game he's seen since he became the Grizzlies head coach. Was this the less competitive game that you've ever seen the Grizzlies play going down on Saturday night?
No, they played other stinkers, other clunkers. Okay. It happens. It's 82 games in a season. It's not good when it happens. Let's say that. But it happens. Eric Hasseltine brings this up all the time. Hubie Brown used to say, you got a 10-10 rule in the NBA where 10 games out of the year, no matter what happens, you're going to win. Mm-hmm. And there are other games, 10 games, no matter what happens, you're going to lose. Be it you just can't make a shot. You just can't find your rhythm. The other team is hot that night. There's nothing you can do about those nights. It's about how you rebound afterwards, right? So here's hoping that that's one of the 10 games that the Grizzlies have this season where they just don't look like themselves and don't play particularly well, and they bounce back in a big way tonight.
I think I agree with Coach Jenkins. I agree with kind of the statements of being like less competitive. Like they just never had it. They never had it. And to do it against this Timberwolves team who had been struggling, they won. I think they won the last 2 games that they did play, but they're on that losing streak. They didn't bring the energy. They knew the Timberwolves were going to come out with a lot of it because of what happened here at home when they lost in overtime. The whole entire game wasn't there. And as Desmond Bain said, it's time to dial in, and hopefully they can do that. It's all about how you rebound. It's early in the season, but they're tired of saying it's early in the season. It doesn't matter who's out. There's no Dylan Brooks. There's no DeAnthony Melton. But how you rebound, I think tonight against Utah Jazz will tell us a whole lot more is how they kind of hopefully bounce back and bring that energy and bring that efficiency back to what we needed to see, especially defensively and taking care of the ball. That's going to be the test. It goes down tonight on Valley Sports Southeast at 8 p.m. Central. So make sure you are watching. And that is all the time we have for this edition of 3 Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew. Thanks, CJ.